Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-April 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some more cards as well with some additional insight on that's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lovers of Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's, if you feel it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Ten of Coins. So this is actually Virgo energy here, and ultimately this says to me that you are really open to the potential for this connection to go the distance. So yeah, could just be something about this person when you first connected. You might have felt like you were equals in some way, to where you felt really open to exploring the potential for this connection to be a long-term one. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Ace of Wands. So really, more so on their part, it might have been viewed in more of a physical realm between the two of you. So could just be saying that ultimately, at least when they first met you, there might have been that heavy physical attraction, right? But maybe they weren't thinking that far ahead as far as whether or not it would be a long-term thing when they first met you. All right, present energy on your side, we have the King of Coins. So this is actually a Taurus energy here, but to me, if we see the progression from the 10 to the King, could just be saying that your confidence within this connection is growing even more now, right? So it could just be saying that as you've gotten to know them more, you feel like it's even more of a positive thing that you guys can go the distance between the two of you. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Four of Wands. So this is actually an Aries energy here. And this is another energy that points to stability, commitment. So it could just be saying that even though initially in the past on their part, it was more of a physical attraction that drew them toward you, now it looks like they also see a lot of potential for this connection to be a long-term one with you. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Queen of Arrows. So this is Libra energy here. So Taurus also ruled by Venus, just like Libra is. It could just be saying that the love is still going to be there in the future, right? But it could just be saying that if you've been operating in more of the masculine mode, right, which is to say you've been trying to initiate more of the things within this connection, it could just be saying that in the future you might actually fall back a little bit and fall into more of a feminine role and actually look for them to take the lead for a while as well. So we're at the facial expression. It's focused. There we go. She's somewhat looking over her shoulder toward the cards on that side. We see the arrow pointed toward that direction. The birds as well, which are also symbols of communication. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where you might subtly kind of give off hints that, you know, even though you had been comfortable taking a lead to this point, you might want them to return the favor now. All right, future energy on their side, we have the Nine of Cups. So this is Pisces energy here, and often it's referred to as a wish fulfillment type of energy. But yeah, ultimately it looks like they are definitely going to be happy with you as well as you move toward the future. The only thing I would say is, as far as more of a masculine versus feminine energy, the Nine of Cups energy is a little bit feminine as well, so they might not necessarily step into that masculine role to the extent that you might like. But yeah, it definitely looks like they're happy and fulfilled within a connection with you for sure. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Innocence. So this is the equivalent of the Fool in traditional tarot. Could just be saying that, yeah, maybe the way we were talking about in the past, you might have immediately saw that potential for this connection to go the distance with this person. Could just be saying that it might have been a bit of a leap of faith for you guys, right? Maybe even a bit of a gamble, to where that might not have been your usual way of addressing connections, but for whatever reason you felt really comfortable doing so with this one. Right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Ten of Cups. So yeah, so to me, another indicator that they definitely do have deep feelings for you, and they would like to see the connection go the distance for sure. All right, we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles. Okay, and what I'm going to do is actually cut the deck and pull a card. And next, I'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. So, just going to give this a few shuffles now. All right, and I'll cut the deck and pull a card from here as well. We'll take this one, and we'll take a look at that Messages of Love card first. All right, we have Time Apart. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. It says some distance will help bring clarity. So, interesting message there, because it doesn't really look like there's necessarily a lack of clarity between the two of you. Trying to think of what context that would apply. Yeah, I mean, really, I don't necessarily see a lack of clarity within the connection, so I don't know if some of you might have already gone through that cycle, because like I said, it looks like you're both really confident around the connection now. And like I said, in the future, even though it looks like I said, you might want to fall back into a more feminine role and have them take more of the lead, doesn't really look like there's a lack of clarity in the connection. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Unfinished Symphony. There's the artwork, and the number is 10. Well, I mean, between that and the Time Apart, this could indicate that maybe the two of you did separate for whatever reason at one point in the past, and this could just be saying that now you might be picking up where you left off, but we'll see what the message in the book says. Right, the relationship message says moving on is difficult when love lingers, things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved, and close the door in the past. You can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there. So yeah, like I said, it doesn't necessarily jump out to me in this spread that you guys did have some kind of a split at one point. But that's really the main thing that would make sense between these two cards, both having that message that seemed to point to some kind of a split somewhere down the line. Maybe you guys did spend a little bit of time apart, and in doing so, you actually grew in your appreciation for each other. And maybe if that was the case, it could have been as simple as maybe some misunderstandings during the Mercury retrograde that we recently had, or even this Venus retrograde that just wrapped up as well. So, but yeah, overall, like I said, it looks like in the present and moving forward, it definitely looks like there's good potential for the connection to move forward in a positive manner. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.